Good morning, esteemed guests. Thank you for joining us today as we kick off the 57th Annual Portuguese Immigrant Week celebrations. We gather here today at the statue of the Portuguese Immigrant Week, Root Park, San Leandro, for the wreath ceremony, a touching moment to honor and remember the courage of all Portuguese immigrants who journeyed to California. We celebrate their sacrifices and their aspirations for a better life, especially for their descendants. Portuguese Immigrant Week was officially declared in March 1967 by then the Governor of California, Ronald Reagan. Since then, the second week of March has been dedicated to honoring the Portuguese heritage and contributions to our state. We are privileged to have the national anthems of Portugal and the United States of America performed by the Filarmónica Artista Amadora de San Leandro. Today we have the honor of the visit of Vice Mayor of San Leandro, Mr. Brian Acevedo, who is representing the city of San Leandro and would like to share a message with us.
Hello everyone. Hello. It's great that we just made it through, hopefully through a break with no rain for a few minutes or so. I'm Brian Acevedo, council member here in San Leandro. I'm a fourth generation. I bought my grandparents' house, and it was a typical Portuguese house. It was all green with red sidewalks. They loved their red sidewalks back in the day. If you go around San Leandro, you can see a lot of houses with red sidewalks. In the early days of our city, many Portuguese people came to work the fertile farmlands. They were known for their creative uses of every part of their plots, right out to the road. The ingenuity of these farmers was even mentioned by author Jack London. These early settlers brought with them their culture and traditions, a connection to the land and to the sea, their love of their family and their festas. San Leandro was once known as the Portuguese capital of the West, and in the early 20th century, 2/3 of the residents of the city were of Portuguese descent. San Leandro was known as the founding place of the Portuguese Union of the state of California in 1880, and the first city in the United States to have a Portuguese mayor, Helen Lawrence, elected in the 1940s. We stand now in front of the monument to the Portuguese immigrant, which was commissioned by the Portuguese Union in 1964. The statue, sculpted by Portuguese artist Numacinto Benzo, commemorates these Portuguese settlers and their heritage. The mark of these immigrants is felt to this day in San Leandro. It is my honor and privilege to be part of this legacy and to be with you to celebrate Portuguese Immigrant Week. Thank you.
Now it is my honor to introduce the Honorable Mayor of San Leandro, Mr. Juan Gonzalez, for a special presentation.
So thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful day, right? Right. Yay! I'd like to focus on one thing today, and that's the word heritage. Oftentimes we think of heritage as culture and background. The word heritage comes from the Latin for inheritance. And when I think about San Leandro and our heritage, we have inherited from the Portuguese people many traditions. Whether it was the building of our city, our roads, our schools. There's a beautiful church not too far from here with a beautiful Fatima window. The heritage, the inheritance that we have as San Leandrons is because of you, the sacrifices and your commitment to this city. So I'm really here to say thank you on behalf of the city for the inheritance that you have given us, for the sacrifices that you made, and know that we celebrate and respect that. And we're here to honor you today. So on behalf of the city of San Leandro, thank you.
Next, we have Assembly Member Liz Ortega from the State Assembly of District 20, who will share her message with us.
Good morning, everyone. I am Assembly Member Liz Ortega, representing the beautiful district of Assembly District 20, which includes the beautiful city of San Leandro, my hometown. It is an honor to be here and a privilege to see all of your beautiful faces celebrating Portuguese Immigrant Week. I myself am an immigrant whose family came to the United States looking for the American dream. And ironically, or coincidentally, it's also a celebration of President Reagan, who decided to make Portuguese Immigrant Week, as well as giving my family an opportunity to become legal residents and therefore be able to stand here today as your state assembly member. So it is an honor. Yes, you can applaud. It also represents the beauty of San Leandro, the diversity of San Leandro. My district is one of the most diverse districts in the world, and that is represented here today with not just our mayor, our council member, but all the beautiful faces that are joining us in this cold weather when you could have been home in your pajamas, but instead you chose to come out here and celebrate this beautiful week. Thank you for having me.
We also welcome Nuno Silveira, representing Luz American Financial, who will deliver a message on their behalf.
Good morning, everybody, and hopefully it gets a little bit warmer than it is right now. I'm here representing Luz American, and I'm also here representing the Portuguese immigrant, who I am probably one of them. Came here about 30 plus years ago from the Azores, and this great country has welcomed me with open arms. Luso American since 1868 has been striding and will continue to stride to encourage and promote the Portuguese culture here in the state and on the East Coast also. But as we celebrate Portuguese American Week and we look past to the past generations who kind of blazed the way for all of us, and we should remember those who did that, but we also should encourage and support the future generations of immigrants and descendants to continue the culture, our culture. So thank you very much for being here, and have a good day.
Representing the Portuguese Fraternal Society of America, PFSA, we have here Mr. Michael Fraga.
Good morning. It is an honor to be here today representing PFSA as your Supreme President. Today marks a milestone for our Portuguese people. We need to remember the past and how Portuguese people came to this country for a better future for their families and for themselves. We remember the hardships they faced while also learning a new language and a different way of life. Many times having to leave loved ones and everything behind to seek more freedom and more opportunities. I am the first generation in my family born in the United States. My parents immigrated from the Azores, my father in 1953 and my mother in 1958. I want to thank my parents for their courage to start a new life. We are here today to honor Portuguese immigrants with the start of this wreath ceremony, and there will be many different events to honor Portuguese immigrants this week throughout California. I would like to thank everyone here today and remind you to never forget your culture, your language, and our past. Thank you.
Additionally, we honor to have the Consul General of Portugal in San Francisco, Dr. Pedro Pinto, who will share his insights with us.
Bom dia. Good morning to all of you. Mayor, muito obrigado. Thank you very much for hosting us, Assembly Member. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much, both of you, for the recognition of the Portuguese presence, and City Council Member as well. And it's especially meaningful being you proudly Portuguese. It's very fitting that every year we do this in San Leandro, being a city in which the Portuguese legacy is so present. It keeps on falling, but we keep on getting up again. It's back up. Exactly. And also, I would like to praise and recognize the presence of the two representatives of the Portuguese fraternities, who are two pillars of the Portuguese community. Muito obrigado. Even you coming from Arcata, the only part of California that I haven't yet been to, but I look forward. September 28th, we will have a festa in Arcata, and I'll be there with great pleasure. Just two final words. One, vote. This year we have important elections in Portugal within a week, and in the US. Here the mayor was sharing with me information on a proposal that is up for vote, and obviously at state level we will also have important elections. And as a Portuguese Prime Minister that visited California a while ago said, if you want to be good Portuguese, be good Americans and vote. It's the best way to stand up for your interests also as Portuguese. And namely, for example, the defense of the Portuguese language, defense of Portuguese interests, of the Portuguese Association. So vote. Secondly, and I would like to ask Jerry Escobar to come here as president of the Portuguese Heritage Museum, Portuguese Historic Museum. This is the yearly resolution that the Senate of California approves, declaring June as the month of Portuguese heritage. And this one is of the year of 22, which was the year in which the Portuguese Historic Museum turned 25 years. So at this moment, symbolically, I would like to put this resolution here, showing that this is not just something that Governor Reagan did it almost 60 years ago, but it's something that every year California at the highest level recognizes the presence and the relevance of the Portuguese community. And then I ask you, Jerry, to please accept this and have it in the museum. Obrigado.
Thank you, Mr. Pinto. That was wonderful. Today's wreath ceremony is proudly sponsored by the Portuguese Consulate in San Francisco, Luso American, and PFSA. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of our speakers and to each of our commemorating this significant occasion with us. Following the ceremony, everyone is cordially invited to a reception at the Portuguese Band of San Leandro Hall, located at 844 Alvarado Street, here in San Leandro. Thank you again to all of you for your presence and participation in this memorable event. Thank you. No rain.
Neste mundo imperfeito, cheio de gente oportuna, quantos trocam respeito pelas cores da fortuna, mesmo os mais desprotegidos, que a vida não quis sorrir. Não desprezes suas faltas, que as torres mais altas também podem cair. Não te rias de ninguém, que a vida dá muita volta. Nem queiras mal a ninguém.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Portuguese Immigrant Week, the kickoff. So, you guys have a good time so far? We got lucky. No rain. It was awesome. Thank you, Mayor, for taking care of that for us. Good connections. So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to turn it over to Geronimo to talk about a little bit about the band and what's going to happen next. He'll give me the mic back, and then we'll start eating, which is the most important part. Being Portuguese is eating and drinking, so we'll do that pretty soon. And have a nice afternoon, okay? Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Or afternoon. I haven't been checking my time lately. But anyways, welcome to the Florimonica de Salvador de San Leandro. Over here we have our lovely musicians from all different ages. And as well as this band has been established since 1980. Right now, we're going to play two marches for you. So I hope you enjoy and sit back and relax. And I said again, enjoy the music.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Great job, Sandy. I appreciate it. Big round of applause. Yes, very good. Thank you. All right, now that we've got that set, appreciate it very much. Great job, everyone. We're going to get started with a little food, huh? How's that? All right, we'll do this informally. This is an informal reception, so we're here to have fun, enjoy ourselves, have some wonderful Portuguese food, and thank you to all the cooks. We'll talk about that later. I'll come back and introduce you later. But let's start with the mayor's table, and then you guys can all follow suit after that, okay? This is probably going to be the final announcement for today. Yay! Right? Did we all have? Did we have a good time today? All right. I would like to thank this group of people, San Leandro Band, the directors and others who've helped to prepare one of the most delicious meals that I've had, the most delicious Portuguese meals I've had for this year, I'd say. Okay, so how many people in here think they should open up a Portuguese restaurant right here? Can you imagine how delicious? I think that's an idea for fundraising for you guys, to get your new system, your new audio system. Maybe you open up a Portuguese restaurant once. Right here. Right here? Okay. I'm sure all these people will come. Oh, absolutely. So Joe and the entire team, you guys did a fantastic job. You always, fantastic hospitality, a beautiful venue, and I want to thank you all for the great work you've done. So thank you very much. We got that. A round of applause. All right.
Our president, she would like to have something.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Lorenza Tamaj, and I am the president here for the Philharmonic Artista Amadora. And I want to thank every single one of you that have supported us. And this is a wonderful group. I'm so happy to have the team that we have with my board of directors, and we're so excited that we've been celebrating Portuguese Immigrant Week with everyone here, and of course with our heart city of San Leandro. I did grow up here in San Leandro as well, but now I'm in Hayward, but I'm still here. So like I've told Jerry when we spoke, I've been involved here with the Philharmonica for over 20 years. I've been the president, this is my 11th year. And although my husband is what brought me here, he's the Portuguese one. And of course my son, so like I always say, eu no português, de mi coração em português. So with that said, muito obrigado para todos and boas festas. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Then we invite you all to have a great Portuguese Immigrant Week. There's still some food there if you like, but that wraps up this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. All right, thank you all for coming. Have a great Portuguese Immigrant Week. Thank you.